You did a good job. John 9, 1 to 3. Everybody wants to read it with me, but read it with conviction. Y'all look good, by the way. John 9, 1 to 3. Ready? Read. As he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Neither this man or his parents sinned, said Jesus, but his... Go ahead and read it. Ready to read?
But this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him.
So everybody read it one more time. Ready to read. Neither this man nor his parents sinned, said Jesus, but this happened so that the works of God may be displayed in him. I want everybody to say we realize, say, stop surviving and start thriving in your disability. Have a quick seat. Listen, I come to the conclusion that we're not like regular churches. Not saying that I'm better, lesser than, but I come to the conclusion that we are different in this one thing. I believe other churches are the same way, but I'm not going to always get up here and preach a sermon that's going to make you feel real good today. I got through studying on yesterday, and I got out my office with my wife and said, baby, I come to find out we're different. Because how many of y'all would like to stop and just celebrate your last victory? You know, every now and then, just let's celebrate our last victory and have a good time, have a party. But God told me, he said, no, you got to, every time you win one victory, it's time to go to the next victory. You win one victory, now it's time to go to the next victory. We have got to always get better because everyone say this with me, say, it's better, it's achievable, good isn't good enough. And I had one young lady tell me, she said, Bishop, and now this is what you got to realize, and I'm going to tell you as you grow up and you do different things, know who you are so folks can't change you. I want everybody to say, we say, know who you are so folks can't change you. This is why it's so important to date for a little while. Because if you get married too soon, you're going to marry somebody, and then you don't know who you are, and y'all going to spend the next 5 years of y'all marriage trying to change one another. Somebody say amen. So this young lady told my wife, she said, man, I love y'all church, I love your destiny. She used to be a member here. And she says, my wife said, why don't you come back? No, y'all push folks over there. And she came to the conclusion that over here we do push people because at the end of the day, we're going to push people because God is pushing me, and for every message somebody say, Bishop got to push me. Everyone say, God, say somebody say, Bishop, gotta push me because God is pushing him. Y'all, we just came out of a sermon series. What was the last sermon series we just preached? Y'all forgot. You had 2 weeks off. Y'all forgot already. So look, what's the last sermon series we was on? Don't blame God, believe God. Somebody say, don't blame God, believe God. That word don't blame means don't stop and look at God and ask him why. You gotta believe him and keep moving. Somebody say, don't blame God, believe God. I'm like, God, now we're going to go into another series. God say, nope. We got to go another step. And this step is stop surviving and start thriving. And what's surviving? Write the word surviving down real quick. Write the word surviving down. The word surviving by definition is to continue to exist, especially in spite of danger or hardship. Write it down. To continue to exist, especially in spite of danger or hardship. Man, God, we just got out of the series while I was pushing, telling people to stop doubting God, stop blaming God. And then what happens is we get to the point that we go through something so bad and we get into blame mode and we just shut down on God. And we don't do the things that God called us to do because we're going to shut down mode. And now we're in a situation and God is saying, stop surviving. Now, surviving is not shutdown mode. Surviving is, I'm not going to quit, but I'm not doing much more than this because every time I go forward, I get my butt busted, I get my head hit, and I get in a situation where it hurts. So God, right now, I'm going to be happy with what I have. I know you keep calling me, but I'm not moving. I'm not quitting. I'm not like the mother that stopped coming. At least I'm still coming. God says it's not over. I have another series I need to put you in, and the next week we're going to talk about defeating worry. Got a whole series on defeating worry. How many of y'all go through worry sometimes? The devil is making you worry, but God says worry is not of him. So we got to defeat all these things so we can get where we're supposed to be. How many of y'all believe right now I'm exactly where God wants me at? And how many of y'all feel as though that you got more to go? Yes. Can we get that together? Yes. So we're going to have a party when we get there. It's called heaven. But until we get to heaven, we'll keep on moving forward. Somebody say amen. Somebody say stop surviving. Write down the word surviving again. Surviving means continue to exist, especially in spite of the danger or hardship. I went through danger, I went through hardship, so I'm just going to exist. I went through a divorce, I'm just going to exist. I'm not going to have another marriage. I heard a lady say, I'm not getting married ever again. I'm going to date all I want to. I'm going to have sex with everybody I want to, but I'm not getting married again. Marriage is overrated. It may be, but it's commanded by God. It's better to burn than marry. Now, I ain't going to use like those schools and say, you're going to go to hell. I ain't going to say that. What I say? I said it backwards. It's better to marry than burn. I'm not going to say those good churches, that means you're going to go straight to hell. Because, no, it means it's better to marry than burn with lust. Now, once you have sex, then that's when you and God are going to burn in hell. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I told you it's better to marry than burn with lust. And so that's why I got married, because I kept lusting her. And I said, well, I'm going to lust you. I might as well go and marry you. Amen. Somebody say amen. Amen. Y'all are like preaching to a funeral day. Amen. Somebody say, stop. Somebody say, stop. I can't talk. Somebody say, stop existing. Stop existing. That means you got to a place in your life that I'm not going to do anything else to say. And somebody say, and start thriving. Like that word thrive. The word thrive means to grow or develop vigorously, to flourish. To grow or develop vigorously or flourish. To grow or develop vigorously or flourish. So by definition, this title is saying, this title is telling us, when you go through something that causes you danger or hardship, don't start existing. Tell yourself, no matter what I go through, I am going to continue to grow and develop. I think my battery just died. See, I'm going to keep on going. Even though I went through something, I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to just rob the batteries out of here. Thank you so much, young man. Somebody say stop. Woo. Somebody say stop surviving and start thriving. This title is telling us, when you go through something and cause you to go through hardship and danger, don't start just existing. Tell yourself, no matter what I go through, I am going to continue to grow and develop vigorously. I always tell people, I was talking to a young man yesterday at Subway, and he was telling me how he's going through, he's finna graduate this year from Cold Spring. Young man, I can't remember his name. And I told him, he said, yeah, man, I'm gonna graduate and I'm gonna be a firefighter. He's from Point Blank. I can't remember his name. But he said, I'm gonna graduate and I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna be a firefighter. I'm gonna do these things. And I said, man, I'm excited to hear that. I said, because people don't plan to fail. They just fail to plan. And if you don't make a plan, you destined, everyone say, to fail. And so you gotta make your mind, you gotta make a plan to yourself that no matter what, and it still ain't working. There we go. You gotta make a plan to yourself that no matter what, you gotta tell yourself right now, how many of you know God got a call? Now listen, this word has been overrated and been overused. I'm gonna go ahead and define the word before I put you in a situation. Somebody say call. And God calls you, it's not necessarily mean calling you to the pulpit. Every time God calls you, it doesn't mean the pulpit. When I say God got a call in your life, that means God is calling you from, somebody say from one place and to another. We're gonna figure it out. I don't care. We're gonna make it operate. Somebody say from one place to another. Now I'm asking a question. How many of you know for a fact God got a call in your life? That means where you are, you don't belong, and God got a better place for you. And so let's look at that again. So if you got a call in your life, if you know the fact that I'm right here, but I know God got better for me, you got to make it in your mind right now, make a plan in your mind that no matter what happens, I'm not going to stop until I get there. Right. If you don't plan that, you're going to always stop when something happens in your life. And the devil knows this. This is why he's going to attack your life and let all hell break loose, because his goal is to stop you to achieving your best results in life. And he knows this, and so God is trying to push you to keep striving and stop just surviving. Somebody say, stop surviving. Stop surviving. Somebody say, stop surviving. Stop surviving. So listen, this iPad, yes, I updated my iPad. We're going through some stuff today. But can I pause for a second and take this lock code off my phone, off my iPad? Go, Pastor, are you praying with me? Yes, sir. I hope somebody is, because the devil's attacking. I ain't going to say devil. I made some bad preparation. We're going to just make through it. Anybody know how to do this? Take the lock code off? Yeah, the take note. I don't know. Display. There we go. Never. And it died again. Who's praying against me out there? Nobody. Somebody is. Y'all gave me some dead batteries. Let's give me that mic. We're going to just work with the mic in my hand today. Amen. All right. Listen. Where was I? What was that, Minister? What'd you say? Call. Somebody say call. So, let me just go back and read over my notes. I'm not embarrassed to stop. I want to get y'all to get this. This little says whenever you go through. Okay, listen. So, in your mind, you got to put in your head and realize that God is calling you to something. And if God called you to something, you got to really know this. If you don't know this for sure, and this is where people get lost in their life and they're saying, oh, I don't know who I am, I don't know who I am, I don't know my purpose. What you're really saying is, I don't know what I'm called to. It's not your job to know what you're called to. That's the problem. You're so busy trying to figure out what you're called to where you take off running to something too fast. Yeah. All you need to know is that right now I'm called from something. Listen, I'm trying to figure out, well, maybe I'm supposed to own my own business, so now I own my own business, and now I'm lost because I don't know who I am because I thought I was an entrepreneur. Then I thought I was supposed to be married, so I can marry anybody. Then I'm lost because he beat me or he cheated on me, and you realize that maybe I'm not called to be married, or I'm supposed to have my own house or a different place to live in, so you go out and you buy the biggest house ever, and you're so busy trying to figure out what you're called to, and you don't realize that was not your job. Your job is to figure out where I'm called from. So if you know I'm not supposed to be here, all you got to do now is just listen for the next level of the call and not trying to figure out what's the ending of the call. And you will end up in so many situations where you have identity crisis because you have to put yourself in so many places that you don't deserve to be in. So you got to realize that you are not where you are. Where you are is not where you're supposed to be. I'm going to be better. Now the second thing you got to realize where I'm called from. Next thing you got to realize is that I know I'm not supposed to be here, and I'm not going to stop until I feel peace where I belong. I still don't know where I'm supposed to end up. I don't know how large New Destiny is supposed to be. I don't know where I'm supposed to be in my job. I really believe one day I'm going to be full-time ministry, but I don't know when. I'm not going to go do something crazy and quit my job and say, New Destiny, pay for me.
Come on.
If I would have done that about a year ago, it would have looked good by now. I would have like, what the heck did I do? Right. Listen, because we get so quick on trying to scat God and try to get a head start on God and say, God, I'll meet you there. God said, if you meet me there, go through the hell until I get there. Right. So we got to make my mind that we're not going to take off running too fast, but not only are we not going to take off running too fast, if I go through hardship in between, I'm not going to give up until I get what God called me to be. Because I got to realize is that the enemy do not want me to obtain full knowledge of who I am, because when I get broke loose, I'm going to bring my whole family with me. And he say, I can be cool with you being saved, but I don't want you saving your whole family. So it's in your best interest to get to where God wants you to, so that your children can end up there. Everybody said just in our spirit. I was in a basketball meeting the other day with the coach of the basketball team, and I decided to join the Booster Club. How many of y'all do something stupid like that before? And so I'm sitting in the Booster Club, and listen, the only reason I'm in the Booster Club because I like to fuss, and I like to gripe, and I don't like to fuss and gripe for nothing. I like my fussing and griping to have some purpose behind it. So when I fuss and gripe, I want the whole coach, the superintendent, everybody else to hear about it. Matter of fact, I can't tell y'all what we're gonna meet about, but it's in y'all best interest to come to the school board Tuesday night, because I'm gonna fuss and gripe because they're trying to do something stupid in this community, and I'm not gonna let it happen because it's on my watch in my city, my town, and I'm not standing for it. And they asked me to be quiet about it, so I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm gonna ask y'all to show up. All right, somebody say amen. Amen. But I like to fuss. So I'm on the team, the Booster Club, and I'm sitting in the meeting, and the coach makes a bold statement, and it made me get really excited. And I didn't think about it until she said it. She says, "I want y'all parents to know this here." Because we just not starting the Booster Club. The volleyball team got a Booster Club. Everybody got a Booster Club except the basketball team. And so we're trying to start one. And the coach said that it's so funny, the kids who do the best on the team are the ones whose parents joined the Booster Club. Some thought she was going to say because y'all fussed a lot. She said because apparently y'all have shown enough initiative to show your kids that you have a voice, and if you have a voice, you got to get in position, you got to reposition yourself to be heard, and so your kids are seeing you reposition yourself, and she had to say nothing else. Everything else blew my mind. That everything my child has seen me do, now in positioning myself, they now know that less than this is not acceptable, and now the least thing they can do is say I'm going to do better than daddy. Just because I reposition myself, my child now have a chance to win because I put myself in a better place than I've ever been before in my life. And they don't have a choice no more. And so now I realize is that in my transitions that I'm going to go through things is not going to feel good.
but it's going to be work. But everyone say it's worth it. Somebody say it's worth it. So we're sitting here, and God wants us to get better, but there's going to be some bumps along the way. Going to be some hits along the way. Listen to this. Whenever you go through something, you have two choices. You can give up and go into survival mode, or you can quit and say that I'm going to go into, I'm sorry, not quit. You can go into the next level and say I'm going to go into thriving mode. Somebody say you can quit and go into survival mode, or you can say I'm going to go into thriving mode. And I'm going to tell you right now, God says I want you to go into thriving mode. Go to the scripture right quick, Brother Derek. Look at my verse. I think it's Luke 13, 6 through 9. Somebody say, God wants me to go into thriving mode. This is one of the best scriptures I can ever read to you. And when all y'all sit down right now, really hear what I got to say. Read this one right quick. Ready? Read. Then he told the parable. A man had a what? Keep going. And he went to look for fruit on it, but it did not find any. Somebody say, went into survival mode. Thank you, man. Everybody say, went into survival mode. Now, how many of y'all saved in here today? That's a scary question to ask the church. I'm going to stop asking that question in church because it made me feel like I ain't doing nothing right. How many of y'all know God in here today? Amen. Okay, I got a couple more people said amen. All right. Listen, and how many of you know God and you believe, okay, I'm not going to ask a question. I'm going to close my eyes. You believe God and you believe that you're going to go to heaven one day, but you realize every now and then you go into survival mode. Amen. Every now and then you quit. Every now and then you're not producing the fruit you should produce. Every now and then you're in a place in your life to where I don't want to go to church, I don't want to pray, I don't want to fast. Listen, for some of y'all, it can last a month. I'm only allowed about 3 days. I'm only allowed Thursday, Friday, and then I better hurry up and get right on Saturday because I got to preach on Sunday. And so it's not an option for me now. If I don't got to preach, I can do about 5 days, but then I got to start studying again. But we are in some times in our places that we want to just say, God, I don't feel like it right now. I just went through some hell, I want to quit, and I should be allowed to quit. But what if I told you God has showed up looking for fruit from you? This time you quit, but now he sent Sally Sue to get a prayer, but you don't feel like praying. He sent John to come and get some of you to speak into his life, but you don't feel like it. And God keeps showing up looking for fruit. And then what if your 1 week turned to a month, your month turned to 3 months, your 3 months turned to 3 years? Listen to this. He says, then this told a parable. A man had a fig tree growing in the vineyard, and he went to look for fruit on it, but did not find any. Somebody say, went into survival mode. Go to the next part. So he said to the man who took care of the vineyard, for 3 years now, I've been coming, trying to get fruit off this tree, but just because she lost a loved one, she don't go to church no more. For 3 years now, I've been coming, trying to get fruit off this tree, because he lost his job, he don't want to pray no more. For 3 years now, I've been coming, trying to get prayers, but you don't want to pray for nobody, because you're in pity mode for 3 years. And now I'm like, God, you're cool. You let him go through for 3 years. And listen, he says, for 3 years now, I've been coming to look for fruit on it, the fig tree, and haven't found any. He says, do what? Cut it down. Cut it down. Cut it down. I'm tired. Can I pause and just put this in a different perspective? God told Jesus, cut them all down. Jesus said, huh? You sent me to the cross to die for them, I'm not going to kill them all? No. I done went through too much hell for these folks for you to just cut them down. Jesus says, let me just dig around this. Somebody say, dig around it. Dig around it. And then, I'm going to read it. He says, found it, cut it down. Why should it use up the soil? Go to the next verse. Sir, the man replied, leave it alone for 1 more year, and I'll dig around it and fertilize it. Somebody say, leave it alone for 1 more year. This is where this sermon series picks up at. This sermon series picks back up at your 1 year mark. At the beginning of your 1 year mark. I want all y'all to assume that you're at the end of your 3 year mark. I don't care if it's 3 days, I don't care if it's 3 weeks, I don't care if it's 3 months. I want all y'all to assume that you get 1 more chance in your most frustrated situation that I'm going to get dig around.
Jesus.
So can we all assume we're at our 1 year mark? The beginning of our 1 year mark? And God ain't playing with me no more? Now be honest, how many of y'all took more than 1 break? Took more than 2 breaks? Took more than 3 breaks? So I gotta assume that my time may be running out. That God is tired of my breaks. Okay, I'm by myself. But listen, we're gonna pick this up here. The reason we're gonna pick up here because what he just said. He says, you have went to survival mode. You're not gonna produce anymore Because if you produce too much energy, you're going to feel as though you gave too much, you've done too much. So all I'm going to do is going to suck up all the soil that I can. I'm going to take up all the air that I can. I'm going to take up all the energy that I can. I'm not going to produce anything. I'm going to keep showing up, take up everything else. Can I be preachy and a pastor for a second? Just for a second. I'm not going to pay tithes, but I'm going to be the one at church the longest. I'm not going to pay tithes, but I'm going to eat when they cook. I'm sorry, just a moment, I'm back. Somebody say amen. Amen. Y'all got mad at me that fast? I said I'm there for a moment, I'm gonna come back. I was just petty for 5 seconds. Now I don't got my glasses on, so I'm not seeing who mad at me, but y'all got quiet. Everybody say amen. Amen. How many of you know the one who played the less screamed the loudest?
Amen.
I'm gonna stop. Get back to my word. Somebody say for 3 years.
For 3 years.
He says, what I'm gonna do now, how many of y'all ever got comfortable? How many of y'all ever got comfortable before? And listen, this is my new declaration in life. It's wherever I get dug around at is where I start moving again. Somebody dug. He said, let me dig around it. Let me dig around it, then fertilize it. Somebody say dig around it. Dig around it. And fertilize it. That word dig means to turn the environment around it or turn the area around it. I've been comfortable. I've been cool. I set up my safe place. And I'm going to ride it out till I get to heaven. And all of a sudden, everything that I set around me started turning. Had a cool job, now I lost a job. Had a cool place to stay, now they asked me to move out. I had everything cool, now everything I had cool is starting to get turned around me. And I always say, where there's frustration, there's a request for elevation, and you just didn't move yet. You start turning, you start turning, you start turning, you start turning. Your job is changing, the house is changing, the neighborhood is changing, the church is changing, everything's changing. He's turning everything around me. Maybe he's calling me to move, and I just haven't moved. And then he said he fertilized it. As he's turning, then he also tells you what's gonna help you grow. Move, change, do different, go different. Somebody said, wherever there's aggravation, there's a call for elevation. Say it again, wherever there's aggravation, there's a call for elevation. I'm in a place in my life now for the first time in about 39 years. Whenever I go through some stuff in my life, I'm like, everything will be good. All of a sudden, I hit a roadblock here. For the first time, I told my wife this a couple weeks ago, I say, that means that God is trying to take me to another level so I can help somebody else out. For the first time in my life, I welcome agitation. Listen, I don't like it, but I learned now the patterns of God that whenever I start getting agitated, God wants me to go to another level in it. I got comfortable, I got settled, so he started digging around me, so turning the area around me, making the area around me uncomfortable, and now he'll speak into my life, and if I just listen hard enough, he'll tell me what's my next move. Is this happening to anybody this morning? Listen, so, you gotta hear me. Somebody say, so this thing that's aggravating me is telling me to move. Listen, so, God will cause disruption in your settled place in order to get you to move or grow. And one area that he's going to do this in is in our, write this down, disabilities. 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 Write down the word disabilities. The word disability by definition is a physical or mental condition that limits a person. A physical or mental condition that limits a person. So if we're going to stop surviving and start thriving at disabilities, God is telling us that because we reach a place where we are physically or mentally limited, somebody say physically and mentally, I can't talk, mentally limited. That means physically that you found that there's something wrong with your body, mentally you find there's something wrong with your mind, and you were cool before, but all of a sudden now I'm in a place where I found limitations. I was God's favorite. I keep using my wife, but she's a great example here, and I thank God she's my wife, so I don't have to apologize about it. But I was God's favorite. I was rolling. I was cool. I was good. And all of a sudden, the one who paid the tithes, the one who went to church the most, the one who was saved the most, the one I thought I was the best, now all of a sudden I hit a brick wall. God, why you attack me? Why you attack my marriage? Why you attack my house? I was doing the best. God said you were comfortable. You were comfortable. So now I got to turn some things in your life. I would be best to say, how about you turn it so God don't have to turn it? How about you turn it so God, in your area of life, just find areas in your life that you can get settled in. You got comfortable. Say, God, are you happy with this? If you ain't happy with it, God, let me know now. Don't wait until I get so comfortable to where you disrupt my satisfaction. How about I make myself uncomfortable for a minute? This happen to anybody?
Yes, sir.
Listen. Somebody say, stop surviving,
Stop surviving.
start thriving. Listen, and it says here, it says, God is telling us, just because we reach a place where we are physically or mentally limited, don't mean we should shut down and stop striving to obtain what God had called us to do. And if we do not expect God to be okay with it. He will start disrupting your environment until you decide you're going to move forward and do what I called you to do. If you stop, don't think God's gonna be okay with it. And if you do stop, know for a fact that just like he dug around the fig tree, he gonna dig around you. Just like he dug around and turned things around the fig tree, he gonna dig and turn things around you. Listen to this. We find in this story a blind man, and I gotta believe this is what happened to him. And the reason why I gotta believe it because it's not factual. Can I be a bit eisegetical today? Now, every sermon I'm gonna preach in this series is gonna find you at a place, find a person at a place where he came back to Jesus, but we really don't know what happened before. But through the inspiration God gave me, I gotta believe that he gave me some inspiration that the eisegetical approach I'm gonna take, it gotta be true. Somebody say eisegetical. Eisegetical means that I don't know, but I gotta believe it. Somebody say eisegetical. The reason why I'm eisegetical because I'm going to give you 3 assumptions and 1 fact today. That I got to believe that what took this blind man from a place of being surviving to a place of thriving. Somebody say 3 assumptions,
3 assumptions.
and 1 fact.
And 1 fact.
Somebody say disabilities. I'm mentally, I'm physically unable to do something. I was good before, but I'm mentally and physically unable to do something. Have you ever had anybody who had disability in the kingdom of God?
Yes.
I got to think about my sister. They got cancer. Physically and mentally unable. And God, I have an excuse to shut down now. I got cancer. Did you ever stop going? You stopped showing up mentally, but you had to keep going physically because if you ever quit, you might have died. Somebody say, I'm physically and mentally unable. Now, I got every excuse to shut down. I want to go into survival mode. And I got to believe this man who was blind had the same thing, but I got to talk about his transition and what I believe happened. The first thing that I know happened, I got to believe happened, someone say, there was, write this down, there was there was an aware of his disability. There was an awareness of a disability. There was an awareness of a disability. Write the word awareness down. Every last one of us, if we ever been disabled, there is an awareness of our disability. The word awareness means knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. Knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. The word disability means mental or physical limitations. Mental or physical limitations. There was a specific place and time when he was made aware of his physical limitations. Now, this man here was born blind. This man was born blind. So many of y'all would think, well, he's been knowing he's blind his whole life. Somewhere along the way, he thought he was normal. Until one day, he heard someone talking about something they saw that he didn't see. Listen, my whole life, I was cool. At 1 year old, I'm making it, I'm getting by. I was cool at 2 years old, I'm making it, I'm getting by. But one day, somebody said they see a red strawberry. And all I know is a strawberry. It tastes sweet. Mama never told me that it was red. No one taught colors around me. And all of a sudden, my sister came along, who's younger than me, who's less opportune than I am, and she talking about it's red. What's red? What's red? What's purple? What's green? What's tall? What's short? All I know is what is. And listen, I believe one day it rested his mind, I'm not like everybody else. One day it rested his mind, he became aware that I am disabled, I'm limited, and now I have 2 choices. I can shut down, or I can say, you know what? I'm gonna have a Helen Keller mode. I'm not stopping. Every last one of us have a moment in our life to where we find out we're not like somebody else. I thought I was the best singer until she showed up.
Come on.
And I thought that I was doing good. Next time I'm tone deaf and I can't hear. But I was good last month, but now y'all got a new singer. Now y'all don't want to hear me. I was blind until now. I thought I was good. Now they just come aware that I'm not as good as I thought I was.
Right, come on.
You got 2 choices. Are you going to keep singing or are you going to shut down and say, I ain't going to sing none of y'all.
Help us.
I thought I could preach. Until the church said amen loud to my wife. Can I be real? See, we about 2.5 years past, so I can talk about it now. I ain't gonna preach no more. They ain't gotta say amen to me like they say amen to her. Sing, First Lady, preach. preach, but she sing and preach. Why y'all preach? You were good until you found out that you wasn't as good as you thought you was. What do you do now when somebody else's destination is a little bit further than yours? And are you going to stop now because you ain't as good as you thought you was? Somebody, there had to be an awareness of disability. And I only this dude, I can imagine that maybe about 5. Now, he's a grown man now, we're going to talk about that in a second. He's a grown man now, I can only imagine, maybe around 5, he actually found out, I can't see. Maybe around a year ago you found out that I got some type of sickness, some type of illness in my body. Maybe you just found out a week ago that you got an issue, a problem, and you were doing good, and now I hit this roadblock in my life that I'm not what I thought I was, and now I got limitations in my life. I got attacked in my life that I don't think I deserve it, and here I am. What do I do next? Somebody say obvious? No, first thing is awareness. Now we're going to deal with the second point. Somebody say obvious disconnect. Obvious disconnect. There was an awareness of a disability. Still talking about the blind man. I don't know, Uncle Joe, but I gotta believe it because God just put in my heart that this man didn't just show up one day and say, I want to be healed. He's a grown man. So one day he had to be aware that he was unable to see, and one day it had to be an obvious disconnect. Baby, I know it had to be an obvious disconnect. Obvious means it's plain in sight. Disconnect means no longer connected to what you used to be connected to because he's a grown man. If it wasn't an obvious disconnect, I had to believe he would have got set free and got his sight at 13, 14, 15, 16. I gotta believe that he got so frustrated where he was, that don't forget it. I'm blind. I got excuses not to keep going forward. I'm blind. Everybody else doing better than me. I'm blind.
Wow.
Anybody's got cancer, so I'm gonna sit down and shut down. It went from 1 day to 2 days to 2 months to 2 years. This man's a grown man, still blind. Grown man. Some of y'all say, well, maybe it was just because Jesus came along early. No, I got to believe that he could have asked for healing a long time ago. But somebody say it was an obvious disconnect. I don't want to preach no more. I don't want to pray no more. I don't want to do this anymore. I go into survival mode. I can imagine that. Listen, I can picture it. He set his house up. I know everything in my house. I know the bathroom at. I know the kitchenette. I know the bedroom at. I ain't gotta leave my house. Listen, I know exactly what kind of job I got. I know I'm not making enough money, but I know it's every day I got a place to come to work to. I don't have to work for this no more. I ain't gotta pray. I can show up to church when I want to show up to church. I can pray when I want to pray. I can fast when I want to fast. I know exactly my husband gonna be here. My kids gonna be here. I know I've set it all up. Listen, I know I should get more, but I'm gonna learn how to get comfortable. We got 5 kids in a 2-bedroom apartment, but listen, I know we're gonna live there every night. I ain't gonna be in my car no more. I ain't gonna be in, I know where everything is gonna be in. Listen. My mama suffered. My daddy didn't have everything I thought we should have. So I know when I get married, I'm gonna get just a little bit more than my mama and my daddy had taught me, and I'm gonna be all right. Paying $700 a month, 2-car garage, 3-bedroom, upstairs, downstairs, front yard, backyard. I was set. We're not moving. I am surviving. I know God called me to better. My wife is pregnant with a bigger baby, but I say, abort that thing. We're not going no higher. We're not doing no more. I'm safe. I'm comfortable. I'm blind, but I know everything. Someone say, obvious disconnect. I don't want more. Don't talk to me about it. If I go to church and get prophesied too much, I'm gonna stop going to church. I don't want nothing else. Everything I have now is comfortable. Don't leave. If you're married to me, you want more, go. I don't want nothing. All I want is what I have. I know where everything is. If I get a bigger house, I gotta relearn this house. I'm blind, God! What do you expect from me? I'm blind. I'm blind. I got fired 3 times. What do you expect from me? Apparently I got an issue. Everybody else don't see. But I know it's there. So I'm comfortable. Somebody say, obvious disconnect. After obvious disconnect, I guarantee you comes an awful discomfort. Awful. Somebody say awful. That means really bad. Discomfort means you won't be able to rest no more. Can we talk for a second? I'm almost done. Somebody say awful discomfort. So I can only imagine Brother Devin, I don't know for sure. He went home one day in this comfortable environment. I know where the bathroom's at. I know where the kitchen's at. I know where my bedroom's at. I don't want nothing else. I'm mad at God. I didn't stop. I'm still praying, but I'm not going nowhere. I'm not doing anything else. And one day, I gotta believe everything he set up, he lost it. He lost his house. Maybe some friends that show up and take him to the market, and we'll walk you through the market. His friend moved. Maybe he had an old faithful horse that he can just jump on the back of that horse, and the horse just know how to get to the market back. His horse died. Everything got turned upside down. I was comfortable. I had the job. And God called me and said, no, you're supposed to be in a better job. And all of a sudden I got fired. Fired? God, I wasn't bothering you. I wasn't fooling with you. I paid my time and showed up. But God said it was more in you. You got comfortable. So I dug around you. I dug the house up. I dug the car up. I dug it up. You got too comfortable. Wherever there's an aggravation, there's a push for elevation. He wants more. And if he was cool with it, you'll be comfortable. But he says, I'm not letting you be comfortable in your disability. If that's the case, you got to get a smaller house and get used to that one, but I'm not going to leave you alone until I go where you want to go. He says, I want more. I'm cool being single. And now you keep getting situations that you can't afford by yourself. I'm cool being on this job, but like I said, the job lets you go. I'm cool where I'm at, but yet everywhere you go, there's no comfortable around you at all. Somebody say he's turning it. Somebody say he's turning it. Listen, number one, there's an awareness of disability. Number two, there's an obvious disconnect. Number three, there's an awful discomfort. Can we go to number four? I said 3 assumptions, 1 fact. Don't know if all 3 of those was the case. I don't know, but I gotta believe it. Grown man finally showing up. But one thing I do know, there's now a willingness to be put on display. Come on, imagine. He's sitting here, and listen, he's sitting here, and he's going through, my house no longer have, the things I got comfortable no longer have, everything I had is comfortable is no longer comfortable, and now I'm agitated. And listen, God, his disciples over here, if they don't know what's really going on, only God knows what's going on. And they see me showing up blind, saying, God, give me my sight back. God, give me my sight back. God, give me my sight back. God, give me the job you want me to have. God, give me the car. God, give me the things you want me to have. And listen, but they don't know, the disciples don't know, I was comfortable for a long time. And they don't know that me showing up right now because I've been going through hell. And the disciple says, who sinned? His mama or his daddy? And Jesus being here knowing that he knew the whole story, all he thinks is, neither one.
Wow.
What he went through, the thing he got comfortable in was for God to get the glory and for him to be put on display, but he didn't want to go through no display, he didn't want to go through no problems, but finally he's showing up with a willingness to say, God, whatever you want me to do, God. Whatever you want me to do, God. I'm so uncomfortable, whatever you want me to do, heal me. Whatever you got to do it, God. God to the disciples, man, what I'm seeing, everything he went through was for God to get the glory. And he didn't want to give it to him. But what you're really seeing now is a show up. He's finally showing up for the elevation. Y'all, for the next 4 weeks, we're going to deal with every area in your life that you got settled in. And God begin to turn the atmosphere around you until you show back up. We just got through preaching a series, God. Don't blame God, believe God. God says, so we still got somewhere to go. And some people are still stuck in their last breakdown and have not accepted the next breakthrough. Father God, I pray over the house right now, Father. I ask everybody to stand right now. I pray over the house right now, God.